Hello, everybody. My name is GK Nyambura.
Enough! Jesus Christ. We ain't got all day. What the fuck?
I told you.
How you doing?
To stop.
I tried.
my God.
I tried. She was like,
Drop the location. Drop the location. You think I also don't have people in my corner? Guys, check your phone right now. I'm texting you.
I'm on your side. I just told her to stop bullying our guests.
Oh, actually.
What's good? How you doing? I like your sneakers.
Thanks.
But there's some color coordination going
Yeah,
here.
you know what I'm saying?
I have the earrings.
And you've got the purple pants.
But
and
I
I'm
have
sure your
the
underwear is
earrings.
orange.
I feel like it
I
would
was
be.
talking about my earrings. Like the thing in your face, Kwambox.
What is it matching with?
I mean,
Exactly.
No, I'm saying with you guys.
Panties.
Wait, I can't remember.
Kwambox.
All right, we're
Wait,
good.
do you
We're
actually
good
remember
now.
what kind of underwear you
Yeah,
guys?
you. Can you remember which one?
Yeah.
Okay, I remembered. Yeah, I remembered.
Me, I did this at 4 a.m. guys. I can't remember
Okay.
what
Yeah.
I was wearing. All right, you good though? Let me ask you, just off the bat, if I had $1 million for you to win, right? And all you have to do is we sit down and we watch you, your family, we watch your life from beginning to end, right? That's from beginning to here right now, right? They can watch what you are doing last weekend in the club.
Yes,
they can watch you with that
even.
ex. They can
That
watch-
was crazy.
Yes. You remember that time when you told your mom it was his fault? Now she can see both sides of the story.
Shit.
Right? $1 million, guys. Actually, let me make it even fun. $10 million.
Honestly, I would. Because I feel like the problems it would cause can be fixed with that money. Get what I mean?
That's a valid point.
Like,
That's
you know, you didn't do this.
Shh.
Doi.
There's nothing that Kanyamazisha and
It's
African
here.
parrot like money.
That is so
you know what
true.
I mean? Yeah,
I mean, think about it. Rura shows. You
Ati mambo ulikuwa unataka kujenga nini? Hiyo roof ni how much?
think about it like this. Rura shows, your mom has told you. Virgin until you marry. Right? Here you are
Liwe liwalo.
doing Rura discussions and there's a baby inside you. Everything is forgiven. Everything is forgiven. If it was
So
a
the
broke
money.
jaunted, there's no even discussion. Right? But the money,
Facts. Yeah.
they even just like, it's okay. Goods
It's
once
okay.
touched must be
Mtoto ni
taken.
baraka.
You know
You
what I'm
break
saying?
it, you buy it.
Yeah, or your mom tells she said,
Goods once touched considered souls.
you know what I'm saying? They're saying all these fantastic things, but if the guy is broke,
Yeah. Hey.
You wait till your mom finds out.
we're
she
calling the
paid.
police. What do you mean you impregnated my daughter? She's never.
My daughter is a virgin.
She's like 35. Yeah, so all I'm saying is, yeah, you might be onto something. Money does sort out things. Joyce, what are you doing? Are you watching this shit with your family?
10 million USD. $10 million.
Yeah, your mom is just like, Joyce, he on your style gani sasa.
Dollars.
Is that how you sit? You're supposed to sit like a lady in the bedroom. I told you to keep your legs
How
closed.
much is that in Kenya shillings?
That's a
10
lot of money.
Million.
Just know this, yeah? Unaingia
Dollars.
Karen. Unasema
Actually,
you
let's
see,
ask Siri.
from there to there. Weka, kata yangu. You've bought a shamba, right? In Karen, do they call it shamba? They call it like property.
Property.
Naanza kuwa
You want
shamba
some
when you get to
property?
Rongai.
You want some property?
When you get to Ngong,
called an
that's being
estate.
shamba. Exactly.
Your estate.
Your estate.
Guys, my Siri is a British male voice. That's how single I am. I just thought it would be
Just
important
so
to
you
put
can,
that
for
out
the
there.
thrill of it.
Just so that I have a man talking to me and telling me everything I want to hear.
All right, could you ask your Siri to make you answer this serious question that I just said to you?
Oh, you think
Okay,
you're
I was
clever?
trying- no, I wanted
Seriously
to-
think you're funny?
No, I was trying. She thinks. She is actually, but don't tell her. Shh. I was trying to find out how much it is in Kenya shillings, but I don't need to know. Yes, like Nyambuzi said, like I'll fix all the problems with the money.
Honestly.
Do you know that's like 110 is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot of
all
money.
we can tell
Yeah, it's a lot.
lot.
Guys,
of money.
I don't know. Like me, I don't even think you'd have left it at 1 million.
What
Let's
is
do
it that you
91
have
million?
done that you don't want them to find
No,
out?
me, my folks,
it's
like,
big-
we're open.
What?
Okay, me too.
Are you really asking that question?
No, I'm asking her why I thought that she wouldn't take the
Oh.
money.
You
And I
see.
was like, oh, what did you do?
Guys, this is a video.
Yeah,
Okay,
of your
this is
I don't think
different.
even I would want to watch it. I'd probably like
'Cause this is
leave them
different.
to
Yeah.
like watch it. Because I'm sure there are things I blocked out of my memory
You
for
know-
a reason. I don't want to see them again.
Bro, let me
but
tell
then
you.
they can see them.
If you ask me, Sheila, what kind of a human do you think you are? I'm a good one. What do you mean? And I remember all the good things that I've done.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Good Place?
Of course.
Yes.
Nice.
But I never remember
The bad
bad one.
stuff.
I'm waiting for the bad place, right? I never remember bad things that I do,
Yeah.
right? Until I see someone, I'm like, why is this person? Oh my
You're
God,
like,
that's the guy,
oh,
that's the person.
shit.
Guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a different person then.
Yeah.
Jesus
I mean, you're going
Christ.
through your pictures and then there's like a picture you didn't delete that slipped through the cracks. You're like, oh yeah, I used to fuck with this nigga.
Oh,
What the
yeah.
fuck happened? You're like, oh.
Yeah, even me.
I
There's
fucked
like
that up.
there's some girl I offended because I was hosting a podcast thing, an international event, podcasts. Something. I was
Are you sure
hosting
you're
it.
hosting it?
I was apparently, but
Allegedly.
yeah, that's what they're saying. And I made a comment, and when I was going home, she was like, "Oh my God, what was that about?" And I was like, "No, I'm joking." But now, if I said it and it's triggered her, then of course I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry. But now also how you perceive me moving forward is no longer up to me.
That's true.
Like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That was not my intention. But how you've perceived it also, you're right. It's okay and I'm sorry. But now,
Like you're
I'm
right
just
for feeling
like,
that way. But yeah, now you're never going to look at me the same.
damn, yeah, it's never going to be the same.
I mean, such is life. Sometimes you're a villain, sometimes you're a hero. It's
so
never
sorry.
one
Joyce.
size fits all. But on a serious note, guys, I feel like we are living in a black, or rather, all these things we've been seeing in Black Mirror, they're becoming more and more plausible every day.
Even
Like,
first, has our guest watched Black Mirror? Before we kick her off the show.
right?
Girl,
Yeah, we'd have kicked you out
First
for
of all,
sure.
this
That's
time-
why I didn't even ask.
One time.
you know you're just chilling here whole time. This is actually a coup. This is my channel.
I'm sorry, my bad,
In case
my
you
bad.
didn't know.
What's
My
your name?
bad.
Introduce yourself. Ha ha ha. So funny. Whole time. This is the Nyambuzi podcast. Crazy.
I love that. No, I love that.
Okay.
So, that's why I didn't even ask, because if you hadn't watched, honestly, I'd be like, cut the show.
Yeah,
Go
that's
home.
it. Go home and watch
Go
this thing and come back.
So all these things, even that's why I've always been so intrigued by Black Mirror. I feel like a lot of the stories that they put out there, they are very plausible. In the next couple of decades, with how our biometrics are now starting to entangle with like AI, whatever, it's going to happen.
You know that
So there's
scene,
a-
you know that episode for those two guys who are playing video games.
Right?
Yay!
Yeah.
I never let my man play video games in the middle of the night. He's telling me, yeah.
But
As
it's
he's talking
only in the video
Whole
game.
time he's in love with Kevin,
No,
your
but
friend
like
from
they tried
church.
in real life and it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It was
They
the fantasy of
They
it.
did it. They said
In
it
the game.
It ended with every month, every birthday, their wives would allow them to hook up. Like it
Yeah,
was,
but virtually.
Sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
What was virtual about that shit?
Nothing.
Those guys were skinning. You know, because when you go into a game, it's skins. Skin to skin. Nobody here.
But you see,
They didn't even fight, guys. There was no fighting anymore. Street fighter and then they're hooking
They
up.
start making out.
I'm watching this shit and I'm uncomfortable because I'm getting hot. Like, come on.
no, but they tried it in real life and nothing. They felt nothing,
And they went back to
into
and they
the
went
game.
back into the game.
That's the
So
thing.
it's the fantasy of it. I don't think
Is it a
the
fantasy though?
The one I think that is really realistic is the one where you meet someone you like and you give them points.
yeah, like
That
the rating
episode,
system.
Yeah,
I'm
and then when
telling
they
you.
fuck up, the points are taken.
yeah, and you're
And then they
like
block.
shunned.
I feel like that's something that you
China
can
is
see
already
right
doing
now.
that. China is already doing that.
with like
Apparently,
ratings and reviews and
Yeah.
like Uber
No, they
drivers
have-
telling you 5-star.
they actually have a social ranking system.
no.
Yeah.
That's crazy. For you as a person.
Yes. So
Watching
basically
go.
what happens, you go to the supermarket, they give you a score. You go, how you pay, ukona CRB. Where's my CRB? That's my number plate, nigga. What you say? Right? You're not even, actually, you take a loan and then you throw the SIM card. Or the way Kenyans are just like, you borrow money from someone, you just disappear. Right? You know, such kind of things. Or you start insulting people on the internet. All sorts of, you're just being late.
Yeah.
So that could affect even internet speeds.
That's what
To
they
your
deserve,
house.
by the way. If you are
Wow.
Internet speeds are affected.
Internet speed is crazy.
if you're a bad person, by the way, you deserve slow internet. I
you
agree
see,
with
Bro,
that
bitches
system.
don't
Yeah,
deserve
yeah,
a
yeah.
pussy. I know that's right.
My problem is, if it's the AI that's determining these things, right?
yeah.
Is AI be racist, Joe?
No, but we are the ones who are inputting the data.
Yeah, but AI messes up. Like even
Usual
OpenAI
code
tells you,
is
listen,
biased.
I could mess up. Like even they tell you, like you see this answer.
Yeah.
Please rechecking
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
AI does mess
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Now, if you're putting your social system, and I was checking something out on this, and like imagine if the AI just decides, like it's not maybe understanding some nuances,
Yeah.
right? So it's just assuming you are the problem, right? And it just zeroes in on you that you're the problem. You're wondering why you can't even go on a date.
Yeah, but you see, this is why they are constantly developing this AI for them to even be more almost like have a consciousness so that they can make decisions like as a human being just without the interference of emotions and all of these other things. So they're going to continue progressing daily, and AIs at some point will probably try and kill us because as humankind we are the problem. I don't blame them, but currently they are in the process of developing AIs that actually think like a human brain with like the neurons and everything.
Yeah. And you know, the
so-
countries are actually being forced to have to sign this treaty where we all agree that we're not going to allow AI to be pushing the buttons when it comes to nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Right? Like just saying, because you know.
Whoa. When did we
Yes.
get to that point?
That's where we are with
if it's
AI.
going to start
I was doing
speaking.
homework. I thought that's all we were doing.
Bro,
Guys,
I'm telling
AI,
you.
button.
AI can use satellite
Yeah.
to look and see. Oh, you see there in Turkana. Hey, vijana venye wameshikana,
Yeah.
something's going on there.
Gay.
Something. And then it just
See, because it's illegal here, so the government can use AI to go.
I used to have never seen Boxpod from a girl.
she said gay.
I've actually never seen well done.
I was
I've
thinking
never seen
Turkana
a
because of like Mashifta, you know, fighting Al-Shabaab kind of things.
guys.
Right?
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
And it will see
I'm a
that
bit out of
security,
touch.
and it will see.
Wow.
Excuse me, I'm
That was
doing
fun.
exams.
So just imagine the satellite is looking from up there, like sits in the sky.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
AI. It's connected, right?
Yeah.
It's looking and it's saying, "Oh, those ones.
Yeah.
That looks like 1,000 people who've gathered, and they're carrying arms, right? That's the picture it
Problems.
has
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
with it. So the answer it gives the guys for defense is just,
Kill them.
guys, there's some shit going down in
Finish.
Turkana, and you see this is the AI that's making
Yeah.
the decisions,
Yeah.
right? Our guys are just like, hoop. The guys do the nini. Go there, go to the place. You guys and Kumbe, this Mashifta were practicing for Drama Fest. I don't know.
With real guns. With real guns. Just shut up.
You don't know those guns for nini for
With real guns.
police can never be a police in the system. Right? Sorry.
Oh, what?
Yeah? You've shikilia that you remember those guns they used to chore out of wood and nini?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, then you chore it nicely. AI is looking up there. That's AK-47.
Bro, I can tell if it's real or not.
I'm
Come
just
on.
saying it can make mistakes.
Yeah.
It can make mistakes.
Have
By
you
the
been
time
seeing
it
those
just-
AI stories on TikTok? You can definitely tell they're AI generated.
Of
the
course.
storyline is Juyaje.
Yeah.
I
But you
even
see,
know
they're
all AI
going.
voices.
Yeah?
I know all AI voices.
Why?
Damn.
Do you
Because
know
I
all
listen to a
AI?
lot of
voice
audiobooks.
things.
So
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Wow, that was a great laugh. Thank you.
But why are we going to Black Mirror again?
So we're going to we've digressed, but that was hilarious, guys. Like my ribs actually hurt. So there's this idea that's being pushed, I don't know where, particularly in the States, of having an AI generated prison sentence, right? So instead of criminals coming and doing the 10, 15, or maybe life that they have been served and doing it physically, there's a program that's being created. Like I was saying, it combines AI, your biometrics, your whatever. It's fucking with your brain, which was actually an episode of Black Mirror, where instead of serving your 10-year sentence for 10 years physically, you go into the program and serve it for 10 minutes. But you'll go through all the emotions, the remorse, the regret. Like they'll put you, if you know which Black Mirror episode I am talking about.
Actually,
where-
you know
I think
which
I
one
do.
I'd put? I'd say, have you watched Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind?
No.
It's the reverse of what. So basically,
Ah.
he have you ever gone through that such terrible breakup, right? Because heartbreak can be so painful.
Yeah.
I've watched it.
And so you go through such painful breakup that you would rather, and then they
erase
offer
the person.
so they erase all your memories of. So it's
yeah.
eternal sunshine of a spotless mind.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is now.
Yeah.
But the opposite.
The
Instead of
opposite.
erasing,
Now they're making you go through
you
it.
gonna find out why you should never go to prison.
Yeah, so they're not now, and their explanation to all of this is, instead of treating them as criminals, you treat them as patients, and they actually live there, actually reformed, and it's very easy for them to reintegrate into the workforce and become part of the workforce.
Ndio endelee na crime.
And now,
That's what I'm thinking.
now,
What
they
about
have
the victim?
been
Where can they generate AI to fix the victims?
I don't know. Again, this is just something.
Stop wasting time on criminals. Stop wasting time on criminals. Let's focus on the victims.
So that's the idea that's being floated, and there were obviously still a lot of ethical issues. I know criminals are criminals, but under the government or whatever, they still have to be treated as human beings. So there's the whole ethical thing about consent, and
I don't want to serve that sentence like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I need an accommodation.
There are a lot of ethical barriers that will be broken if this actually passes. But for some reason, I'm here for it. Because a lot of people will actually reform better that way if you force them to go through the motions that they're supposed to go through. Because a lot of these guys will serve life and feel nothing.
But
they'll regret nothing, or they'll serve their time, go back, repeat the same thing. Because they haven't gone through the motions of remorse, regret, seeing what you actually put that family through. Maybe if you killed someone, putting someone in that situation. And that's what this program will be able to do. Yes, there's the ethical part of it, and I hope they figure it out. But I think it would be easier to rehabilitate them instead of just punishing them for the crime they live there, even hardened and worse, and come and do 10 times.
But that's a
true.
system that's assuming that everyone goes through healing in one linear way.
That's true. And that's why the AI will generate, it won't be the same for everyone. And that's why I'm saying, even the whole thing of fucking with somebody's brain and brain control, it's very unethical. So that's where the issue is coming from. But as a program, theoretically, I think it's a good plan, but there's a lot that has to go into it for it to actually be approved.
My only concern with that is that people who've been to prison say that there's barely any reforms going on in prison, right? In fact, you're more likely to be a repeat offender.
Exactly. And that's what they're trying to reduce with this program.
So my question is, you see, if the issue is about, there's no reforms, right? Is the punishment really the challenge? Because we're just reducing the amount of time the punishment is happening. If I can let me give you an example.
And isn't that a favor?
Because in the back of my mind, I know that's what people would say.
Yeah.
And now let me bring the spanner to the works, right? So, when you go on, for example, Instagram, right, or YouTube, you don't fear that you'll find a video there of a guy being decapitated, right? Even if it's in your For You stories or what, you'll never worry about finding something like that. Why?
Because you don't engage with that kind of
in place to make sure there's nothing like that.
Yeah, systems is human beings.
Yeah,
they're human beings whose job is to go through the internet and comb through all these videos, right? And watch all the graphic stuff and make sure that video doesn't. So AI has spotted them, but AI is wrong a lot of the times.
Yeah,
right? Because you'll find sometimes a video of yours has been blocked, and you're wondering,
and you're like, there's nothing wrong.
AI groups you in the mix with the murderers and the other stuff. So now there's somebody whose job, Jonte and Stacy, they've been hired at this AI firm, and their job is just to teach AI about these different things. So their job is to teach the AI. Unaona hii sasa ni kichwa inakatwa, hiyo mtu ananyongwa. When you see this is kunyonga, not the other kunyonga. So akiandika kunyonga, not kichwa. Okay, it's kichwa. Okay, let me give you another. Unaona hii ni kichwa. Hii ni kichwa.
Hi, Jesus Christ. Wow.
Right? So somebody has to teach the AI this shit, right? They have to sit down. So they have to watch all this graphic shit.
Yeah.
Now, the other day, it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, this group that had been doing this for Meta, they were talking about the challenges that they've gone through, right? Even if it's a job, they're fucked.
What do you mean?
You can't watch that content and be normal.
That's true,
I've seen
actually.
the moderators for TikTok.
Yes.
They're so fucked up.
Yeah, you
I
can't
saw a
watch that
Kenyan guy.
stuff. So you see, I'm talking about this is Kenya.
Yeah.
This is
So
like
they
Kenyan
use
guys
us.
doing this shit.
So they use us because we are cheap. And your government is telling you to work abroad, right?
Yeah.
So these guys are paid what? 1,500 bob per hour or some shit like that.
Guy,
right?
that's still a
Now
lot
it's
of
all
money.
that shit.
Yeah.
And now because you lost your job, you're an IT guy,
What
blah,
are you
blah,
going
blah,
to do,
you
eh?
take this job, right? And this is a standard job that,
Guy.
anyway, let me not digress, but like they're fucking us up. Kenyans, you need to be aware of that shit.
Crazy.
Anyway, so they watch this stuff. They had a job. Like you're probably saying, this is going to be a placeholder job. I'll do this for a year.
Yeah, make some
Save
money. Yeah.
And then
On
you
to the
can't do
next.
anything else because
Yeah.
a guy was even saying he can't even pleasure his wife. Like he hates sex.
No,
He's
'cause of
telling us in
things
the
he's
camera,
had to see.
I hate sex.
Oh no.
Right? Now,
Oh my God.
let's flip that. We weren't talking about them. We're talking about the future and AI and punishing prisoners with the content, right? So somebody will say that them going through this whole process in just, seeing what or going through the process in a short time can be an easy way. But you see, there are things you can't unsee. So what does
Yeah.
this punishment look like? I want to see the detail for me to say whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because if it's just them being shown, you see, look, your reformed version. That's you skipping in a farm. Look at you. Look at you. Skip. Isn't that better than shoot? I don't want that. I want them to be shown kids being decapitated. I want, such kind of things. Will that be enough? But then at the same time, is this thing doing rehabilitation? Because we've understood that prisons are not doing rehabilitation. They're basically just protecting you from bad people.
Yeah.
But those
basically.
people
and
are
then
sitting
they
there
let them
discussing
out
with
when the
other bad
time is
people.
done. Yeah.
Yo, uliwanyonga hivyo. Zi, wacha nikuoneshe technique. man.
Kuna sio mpya ya kunyonga. Sijisumbue.
Bruh.
Times of
Hii
change.
kitu unashika
Times
mtu
that
unafanya
unashika
ha, unafanya hivi unafanya It's been taught that shit. They've been told that shit. They're sitting in committee, right?
Yes.
The guy walked in there
When they're not busy
like he was
sending you
just a
texts.
suspect.
Now he's
Now
left
he's
a
the
murderer.
criminal, the victim.
The case is still going on. Like they're trying to find out whether he's the guy.
It's him
But
or
you know
not.
how many things he has learned while he's in
He's
there.
left there with skills.
Mesema cheki mtu kwa ofisi akibendi hivi tu
Unafanya hivi.
hivi ati ameenda kuchukua kikombe hapo chini unamwambia don't drop the soap. Like this is the shit this nigga is learning in prison, right? So as much as that guy is being reformed, is this guy who's a suspect reforming?
Imagine.
He's learning.
He didn't even know what
You sent him to
nyonga is.
uni. You sent him to uni for robbers.
I went to
That's
Robben
true.
Island and I saw
What a segue.
Nelson Mandela's.
What a segue.
Yeah, see,
But he was a prisoner. That boy just let him be president.
boy.
Nelson Mandela.
Do you just call him that boy?
That boy, his male, like that man, that male figure, just allow him to
In
be
South
president.
Africa.
By the time he was finishing, woye, like he's got, bruh.
He had gone
27.
through it.
I'd also want to be president
You
if I
get
came
me?
from
Like, this is what I've worked for. You better make sure
he
I'm
only
well
had those old blankets, the gray ones with CG, which lines, the high school ones, these really old ones. That's your mattress.
For the 27 years
For
he was there.
27 bombo clatia.
Not
But
Bombo
guys,
Clat.
do you understand that the average Kenyan, that's all they have as a mattress? A lot of Kenyans are actually extremely poor. Your blanket in your you're a prison.
Do you know
That's the blanket someone is using in Buru.
Bro, that's torture.
No, not on the as a mattress, but like maybe as kujifunika. But like
Oh.
shags, people are poor. I was doing a documentary for malaria, I think in 2010, and I sent guys to like a village to go check. And I even asked them, "Why you guys you pick the poorest village?" I just like, this is just a village.
It's a
I was
village.
like, I go to Kisii all the time, right? I just never thought about that. Like,
Yeah,
okay, you
about
guys will
that
have
side
this
of
mini,
things.
but what is that? That mud hut. Do you think they have like a 4x6 in there?
Guy.
Bed. I'm not talking
No.
about car. Yeah, they have like a 3x6
Kitanda,
bed in there.
eh.
Like it's lifted off the ground and they have like a tier mattress. People can't even put a structure. They're using mud.
Man. Well, how do you think
on
the inside
average,
looks like?
that's just the normal.
Wow, that's so sad
Nini.
to
And
think
even boarding
about.
schools, they use that kind of mud. I tell you guys these things because I know sometimes where
Yeah,
we can be
very-
very, we live different.
out of touch?
Yeah.
It's not out of touch. It's not out of touch. It's not just not your experience.
Yeah. Damn. But anyway, my moral of the story is I feel like if it's fine-tuned, I feel like it's a plausible punishment.
To take us through that AI prison.
Yeah,
There's somebody who will hack that shit. Let me tell you, honestly, like, I don't trust you.
And that's why I am telling you, AI at the end of it all. No, let me tell you, at the end of it all, AI is going to kill us as mankind. Because you know the way AI usually given a prompt. If you give it the prompt of make the earth better, it's going to be like human beings are the problem. So get rid of them. I'm telling you, they're going to kill us.
Yeah, we'll have a whole conversation about AI, but we'll bring somebody who understands this sort. We're not AI. You know, as we're talking about AI, and it's AI. Yeah.
You don't even know if I've guessed a story.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's the Nyambuzi podcast.
Wow. All right, Nyambuzi.
She's really pushing this
What's the
agenda.
crazy story you've seen? Tell us.
Actually, let me give an AI-related story. Someone, a random, I don't know them, sent me a picture of myself. And it was my face. It was a restructured photo that I know, and I took it. But now I was naked. That wasn't my body. That was a banger body, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was
like you wish it was.
Make this shit
you
real.
wish it was.
Yeah. I feel like we
like,
digress.
damn.
I don't want to laugh at this shit because we digress.
Okay, sorry.
But like when they sent it, it's obviously not realistic, and you can tell that it's AI. Because also the body is like significantly leaner. I'm like, where did you take my titties, man? Relax. But I just thought, how many people are actually smaller, and that this is their body. And all you have to do is add their face, and that's legit something someone else can believe.
As usual, there are always
very,
pros
very
and cons to development or progress.
I think
we've
touched on this, and I think we agree that I think right now as an adult, right, especially one who's in the
Entertainment industry.
In the limelight.
Damn.
What I'd say is, I do always have this in the back of my head that there's a maniac out there who can just decide to start threatening me with such things. I'll be the first one to make them. And release them.
Like,
you release them yourself.
Yo, you see that guy who tried to out Khalid? Khalid is like, oh, okay, you want to out... Khalid is gay, yo.
Yeah. But
somebody tried to out him.
Another one.
Guy he dated
No, not
years
DJ
ago.
Khalid.
Khalid. Oh, the singer.
Yes.
American.
Okay.
Something.
The Canadian.
Yeah.
He's American.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's American.
He's not Canadian.
His first song was literally American Teen.
Yeah, but maybe it's because
he's actually American.
Madonna sang for us American. Oh yeah, but Madonna is actually US. You know, there's a time
but she's also
pretending.
Canadian.
Madonna.
Oh, sorry, I thought she said Celine.
No,
my bad.
Madonna used to lie to us. She's from the UK. She had at some point
she had a British accent.
And I was so confused. I was like, is Madonna? I'm like a virgin from UK. Are you a virgin from the UK?
Like a virgin. Lies. Wait, what were you saying about Khalid being outed?
Bro, somebody decided to out him. Like somebody decided he was just going to threaten him and just going to tell everybody that he's gay.
Yeah.
He came out. He's like, okay.
He was like, I'm gay, nigga.
All right, next.
Big surprise.
All you have to do is add that.
Yeah. So I think
you don't need to come out, because what are you out for? First of all, you are gay. We knew that.
No, it was just to clarify, okay?
Just in case
clarification.
And that's what I said. Okay. He said,
in case there
it's just that I never said it.
Yeah.
But
I never denied it.
He said the songs he's been giving us, like,
you get
hello,
me?
come on, right?
What did he expect will happen after he's outing someone in 2024?
But that's what guys do. When you're outed, they shame you.
Oh,
they shame you. It's like there's something you are hiding. And there's nothing you are hiding. You're just...
Okay, like I think this is where the conversation was. Back in our day, okay? As Gen Z, you guys are like very woke and like pro everything and everyone. It was not like that 10 years ago.
Millennials.
It was not like that 10 years ago.
You see the way,
I can tell you for a fact.
You see the way, like, you can have Dennis Karuri and this other beautiful boy I met, and I was just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw him he's also on the internet. He has like another, I just can't remember his goddamn
What's his name?
He has another fine ass face.
Does he have a podcast?
I don't. I think he was with Ron on the podcast.
He has a beautiful face.
He has the most beautiful face.
His structure is like that filter on TikTok.
Ever run that face? So I remember just a few years ago, over 10, right? You're in the club. I used to have another friend, but he passed away. He was he's like out. He was out and fabulous. just 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't okay to be out and fabulous.
Yeah,
Just
at
10,
all.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
This is me, yeah?
10, 15, even in 2017 when I was in high school.
Yeah, like things are, we are not even fully there yet. Let's just be very honest, but we've made.
All you have to do is go to our
Headway.
girls' high school to know we are not fully there yet.
Yeah.
Because it's like the worst thing you could ever do in high school is be gay.
Right? So stupid.
Yeah.
And there are
Your
other
life
things
will
to
be
worry
hell.
about.
So this guy, he like, I remember one time we're in a club, right? And because guys are so homophobic, guys would be like, they see him and like he's just standing here minding his business.
Man.
He used to get beaten every day.
Oh no.
There'll be a guy who drink and
those are the
decide to beat
stories.
him.
Yeah.
And those
today,
people who beat them are the ones who are
Who want
themselves
him.
gay.
Yeah.
I think they are feeling
they
some
want
attraction.
him.
They hate themselves for feeling like that.
Yeah,
They
but you
hate
see,
that
You
they're
can't beat the
attracted.
gay out of someone else if you're gay.
Now you're seeing. The other day I had a photo of a friend of mine, and he's extremely beautiful, right? He's always face beat. In fact, the other day I was telling, hey bro, like Sasa, you're cuter than me. Now you're giving us pressure. Now we now don't look as feminine as women, and we are women. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think you can be more feminine than a gay guy.
Honestly.
Some, not all of them.
Yeah.
Some,
No,
not
the
all of
fab,
them.
like the fab.
Yeah. Those who are out
can't.
there, they are
I
out
can't.
there, bro. They are
I
killing
can't.
it.
I can't. That's when I have resigned myself to the fact that I can never be more feminine than you, right? But it's so crazy to think just 15 years ago, they would be beaten every day.
Man,
For just
even a
existing.
few years
Like you just
ago.
there in the club, someone will beat you.
too.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're not actually even dressed up like the way now guys are
Yeah, the way guys are out there.
coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so I shared this photo in the office. I asked everybody. I was like, yo, this babe, you met her in the club. The only issue
Are you
was
gonna
that
holla?
just a bit too much makeup. Because I think guys get intimidated with a babe who's like, we had too much makeup. Then this one is too high class for me or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And so the only issue they picked was that it was just a bit too much makeup, but I'd give her an 8.
Wow.
And I told them, that's a guy.
And they're like, no.
Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. but
I'm a man.
I'll be right back.
I've seen a TikTok
I
of
talk to myself.
some guy walking in, the popping balloons videos.
Yeah.
So some guy walks in, there's a girl who doesn't pop the balloon, and then they start vibing. He's like, yeah, I'm attracted to you, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. They exchange pleasantries. And then she's like, okay, do you want to go back to my house? Like immediately, like right now. And he's like, I mean, she asked for a kiss.
Yeah.
She told him to kiss her.
Yeah.
And then he kissed her and she's like, just one problem.
Yeah.
I'm trans. And everyone was just like, that maybe you got something in your nose. Sniffing that K. Did you feel the hole?
Okay, that one I don't know. That's very
Hope
Gen Z.
you don't know that?
No. You need to
Some guests in this podcast.
Ochana Sisi. So let me ask, yeah. So if like
you're still needing, but that's total for rating the guy out of 10 and then
no, I'm asking
Until let
myself.
me excuse myself.
If you kiss the guy, right? If you kiss this person, like
and you liked it.
okay, in should somebody who is trans or a guy who's not okay, if you're trans, should you be forthcoming?
Yeah, I think you should. 100%.
You should tell the person, look, if
before
like
anything physical happens.
because nowadays even babes, like you can meet a babe who's so dressed up. Like today I was sitting with Carrie in the car, coming here, and we're looking across the road, and I was like, Carrie, I'm telling you, I'm lost nowadays. I'm lost.
What do you mean?
lost.
What do you mean?
We look across the road, and I was like, all right, tell me, is that a guy or a babe?
God.
Right? Wearing like guy clothes, but then I can see like
The femininity.
it's like there's a bit of a chest.
Yeah.
But then again, nowadays men have boobs. So because of the foods we're eating,
They're being given estrogen or what?
You're just looking. Yeah, nowadays a guy has like it's a healthy, and it's not a fat. He's just got something. He just pecs sag. Pecs have sagged. Right? So now we're looking at this guy and we're like, okay, is that a guy or? And then plus hair nowadays. Hair plays an important part.
It does.
You can see somebody in the front there, you're like, that's a babe. No, that's a guy. No, that's a babe. No, that's a guy. Is it a guy? It's a babe. At least for the guys who become babes, the makeup will tell you.
Yeah.
If I see a babe with too much makeup, I know that's a guy.
I mean, sometimes they're just babes who put on too much makeup.
I know that there's a that one I know where
you can distinguish.
the member is being covered. I know those ones, or the beard is being covered. But also babes have beards.
Yeah.
And I've seen, especially nowadays, like a lot. But this one for guys, babes who dress like guys, it can be difficult.
Yeah.
That one is the difficult one because you
Actually.
actually look for the thing that's there.
And there's nothing that's in
and
the
everything is covered.
So like this one, we left the jury is still out.
You still don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, and you will never find out.
Yeah.
It's okay. But guys,
So if you met this person, because if you met like now this guy takes you out on a date, everything is going good, you know, you guys have been vibing, the vibes are tops, right? And then he tells you, I'm a girl.
That's what we're doing.
let me tell you why I feel it's important to disclose that information early, because people view sexuality very differently. For some people, it 100% identifies who they are. And for some people, it doesn't matter. So for those people who stand really strong on like their sexuality is what defines them. I am a straight man, or I am a straight woman, or I am a homosexual. Those ones who use that as their identity, if they end up liking you, right, and something physical happens, now you've changed them from being straight to being queer. And they need to be able to make that choice for themselves. That's the only reason I would say it's important to disclose it as early as possible. Because just because you're okay with sexuality just being another thing that defines you, there are people who
Are stuck in
if
their
you
ways,
ask them, who are you? I am a straight man. That's how they start.
Yeah.
No.
It can really change their reality.
Yeah, because now you're changing their sexuality from straight to queer, and they have a right to make that
And
choice.
even their reality.
Yeah.
Because like there are people who that's the same as, because I'd see some of the violent reactions of these guys, and I was always trying to save this guy. I'm like, why are you guys trying to beat this guy? Like, what's wrong with you guys? Go sit over
leave
there,
them
kwani
alone.
kukatia.
Yeah.
He's sitting here. No, we cannot have these kind of people in
Why?
the black. Blah, you know. So what I'd see in this, right? Because like it's easy to like judge people, but also you have to look. It's not an ordinary circumstance. It's an extraordinary circumstance, and you'll be like, why is this person behaving like this? It's because their reality has been threatened.
Yeah.
What they know is reality is now shifting.
And they can't handle
and
it.
It's like the floor is moving underneath you,
Bas.
and somebody's trying
About
to
to
tell you,
swallow.
just chill.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
just chill.
grasping.
You know, even if you're in the sky, you'd be like, I need my feet on the ground for me to make these decisions. And I think I agree with you on letting people know. And if you don't let people know and they react how they react, you set them up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You set them up for
where you're
failure.
at and what you're dealing with.
Jana, I saw a TikTok, because I'm always seeing things on TikTok. It was a girl saying that she, when he asks you why you didn't tell him you're trans, but you genuinely forgot. Like there's some women who've had bottom surgery and they've been like that for years, that being a woman became part of who they are so much, so deeply, that it's
it's not possible.
I know. I
actually went through the comment, and there were like so many likes on the person who commented that I genuinely forgot. Like I had no idea. It totally escaped my mind.
To tell them that I'm not a babe.
Yeah, that I'm
I
trans.
was not born a babe. I
yeah.
feel like that's important. That's very important information too.
I feel like it's only important if you're getting married, if you choose to have kids. I don't know if I'm just
when you're dating, you don't think it's important?
If my neighbor wants to hit and I just met him and there's nowhere we're going, why am I telling him if I've been a babe for like 5 years? He doesn't have to know, in my opinion.
If this person finds out and he's not happy with him, he's not happy with it, is his reaction justified?
Yeah.
Exactly. So why not just lead with the honesty to begin with, even though you...
Okay, I have an flip coin.
Oh, God.
I don't... You know the way someone would say, I didn't know that they were. I'm like, what do you mean? Like you flipped through the balls, you flipped through the member.
No.
You search all the way to the back. I'm trying to understand. Like, how did you not know that this is not a
woman
vagina?
Because
some people have bottom surgery.
Tell me.
You no longer have
anything.
You have a vagina. You genuinely have a vagina.
These ones we're talking about are not vaginas. There's a member in front there. It's been tucked neat and nice. It's been stuck with super sellotape over here. Right?
How do you know?
Because these stories are always there.
Yeah.
And even the person who's come out, she's, how did he not know that? Like, look at this other person. Like you've picked a babe. You know these guys who say they picked a babe on the street?
Yeah.
Because trans women, maybe you're saving money to go and do the reconstructive surgery.
Yeah.
You still have the members. They're all tucked in there.
Yeah.
And somebody, you beba this person, you take them home. Wewe hata ulikuwa una deserve. Do you even know what sex is? Have you ever found the
what if
clitoris?
they were drunk, found the intoxicated? There's always like a lot of excuses.
That one has never. You know,
you're talking about the men who
yes,
sleep with.
Yeah.
I always get shocked at that guy
you
doesn't
mean.
know anatomy of a babe. He has never seen the clitoris.
No,
you know
even-
those ones who.
But didn't we agree, men? 90%. Okay, not 90%. Let me not put figures. Didn't we agree that men don't know what they're doing down there? Didn't we agree, as in,
We didn't even have to
as
discuss,
a
I feel
female
like, individually.
species? We agreed men have no idea what they are doing. So of course they didn't know. How are doing?
Because you know, let me tell you honestly, man. I think sometimes it's because you don't know how to look down there. Let me tell you, yeah. You're just
wham. Thank you, ma'am.
You only care about yourself.
Exactly.
Ati iweke.
Weka tu ndani. Where's unieke?
Wait.
Eh. They don't know what it looks like.
Shika
You know what I mean?
Iweke.
Hata mtu.
Basically say I don't know where the vagina.
Oh
You
my
work it.
God.
Here,
It's like, yeah.
you put it.
How did you
Wachukua
even?
weke.
Yeah.
That's because
Men don't know what they are doing,
He
man.
just wants
The look will be
the
rubbing your inner thigh thinking.
like I should be feeling something right now. Umeweka. Tuko ndani.
For real, yeah.
Are we there? Are we there yet? Oh, I'm coming. I've
No,
come.
yo, but-
Nishaenda.
Good.
I came as a
Doi.
left.
Oh, I've come.
Are you
There it is. Doi.
I came as a left. And you know, and it's just like, yeah.
Nigga.
How many times has someone said wrong hole?
Yeah, and he wouldn't have known if you didn't.
He wouldn't have known if you didn't say.
Because right before wrong hole day was a thrust.
Bruh, there's this comedian.
You're not in there.
The journey is the destination.
Yeah. So
There's this comedian who talked about some guy who was just rubbing between her thighs and he
Yeah.
came like he didn't know.
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So
Men.
yeah, it's because they refuse to look down there. Let's do anatomy 101, right?
Guys, I feel like
Assess the things that you've before you finish.
educate yourself, man. These days they're reliable sources. Don't go to Pornhub. It's
Right?
not gonna tell you the
You
truth.
finish and you guys are in the bathroom, you're both standing there. And you're wondering,
I mean, it will if you search real people.
It's not a
It will show you
resource,
the truth
please.
if you search for
Read
it.
actual books. Actually, read books written by women about the female anatomy, man. That's the best explanation I can give you for you guys to figure out what you're doing.
but men
down
will
there.
tell you
They're not
that.
gonna do that,
They're
babe.
not gonna do that. My job is not to pleasure the woman. My job is to provide.
Kazi ni in and out.
Then you must provide.
In and out. You provide even in this a conjugal
You've
right.
not seen those comments
No,
for
hata kupush.
young man on Saturdays. You guys are not on Twitter on Saturdays, so what you
What?
see, young man. Eh?
What?
Don't spend time trying to pleasure. It's not why you're here. Your job is to procreate.
Hiya.
It's not your her happiness, her pleasure is not your business. Your job is just to deposit. Okay? Thanks. So here now you're saying that you find the clitoris. It's like, is it my ex?
Guy.
Is it X? Am I finding it?
And you wonder, you know what?
But guys, it clearly finding the clitoris is not a big deal. Surely.
To who? Guys.
Because look
the
at
men.
What else is there?
2 men.
Like,
Has the population reduced?
what else
There are
is
people
there?
who don't even know where it is, but it's their kids. It's their kids.
There are
By
their
the
kids.
for real, yeah.
What are you talking?
Procreation is still
Yeah?
happening.
Do you think people in India are just like find? So you take one step.
Don't say that. They wrote the fucking Kama Sutra. Use another country. They wrote the Kama Sutra. Use another country, please. They wrote.
They're not using
The
it, all of
Kama
them. I
Sutra,
promise you,
okay?
they're not all of them.
Just
They're not all of
leave it.
the ones in my DM on Facebook. Those ones are not
Oh,
using the
yeah.
Kama Sutra. They're just sending me a picture of their dick. Right? I'm
my
like, why are you
God.
sending me a picture of your dick? But Prakash, I don't know you. Why are you sending me this thing? Right? Guys, Facebook
crazy.
sometime was so wild.
Guys, focus. Can
The
we focus?
you've never received a dick pic from an Indian?
Me, I
I
don't
have.
receive
On,
dick
on
pics.
Facebook or on Instagram.
Me, but I don't receive dick pics. I don't know what it is.
You just,
I'm glad.
When
Don't
you see,
send.
when you see, if you don't have a friend in India and you see Prakash there saying hi, please don't say
Hello.
maybe I'm finding Hare. My guy, you'll open that message and you'll find a brief message. SMS. Right? And you're just like, sir,
Ujumbe mfupi.
could you please return this to sender?
Wow.
Guys.
Yeah, so this
Me, I
thing's
didn't say
happening.
this.
But
Guys,
these things happen. I'll tell you.
A telegram.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I'm telling you, this is what
the original telegrams. Eh?
short and
Mtoto,
sweet.
kwa simu, kisima, tuma, pesa now. That's 300 bomb. Right? Yeah.
Guys,
how do you know about telegrams? You know,
We
telegrams
did
used to send
telegrams in math class.
in school. Yeah. Can you imagine
wow.
they used to do that shit
Imagine.
still?
Shit.
Because when I talk about these stories, I thought it was like they stopped with me when we did this.
I feel like
enough.
they need to bring back telegrams so I can deliver bad news without having
Without
many,
having
many
to, like,
words.
yeah. That would be so efficient.
Pet you left with me last month, dead.
Or like relationship over. You know, like
Hata yeye anaelewa. The words we did, there was not
relationship
there's
over.
not too much to
That would be
yeah.
great. Guys, you see, this is why you don't put 3 girls in the same podcast. Sex is going to be talked about.
Yo,
but
can we
that's
talk
not
about
what I wanted to talk about today,
let's move
guys.
to what you want to talk about.
I need to breathe. I've not laughed like that in a hot minute. Yeah, so with the festive season coming up, and I kept seeing these posts about it started like with the States, guys like hating Thanksgiving or hating the Christmas season, and a lot of them are firstborn daughters. So apparently there's this thing called the firstborn daughter syndrome. There's even a meme that's been going viral saying that, you think you can intimidate me, hurt me, do what? Just know I am the firstborn daughter, first niece, first granddaughter, right? And most of these pressures fall on women specifically. Therapists were even saying they can tell a firstborn, because you don't have to be a firstborn to have the first daughter syndrome. Some people who are like secondborns, like Kwambox, can have the first daughter syndrome. Yes, I've diagnosed you because when
I don't know who she pointed at.
You. Therapists were saying these days it's like they have a system to tell. Immediately from the first session, they can tell, this is a firstborn daughter. If she's not, she's taken on the responsibilities of a firstborn daughter. Like you're the third guardian, you're the one who has to take care of the siblings. You have a type A personality, and maybe that's not who you really are. It's because of the position that you are thrown into. Because growing up, it's always like, make sure your brother has eaten. Make sure you do. I'm going to mention brother because I was forced to take him everywhere. Take your nini. You can't buy, when you buy something, why didn't you buy for your brother? You're constantly put in a place of guardianship without your choice. And it becomes harder for women because not only are you supposed to be nurturing and understanding and all of these things, you're also supposed to be organized. You're supposed to, so you're really confusing us. Are we supposed to be nurturing and feminine? Are we supposed to be masculine and like type A? And especially with the festive season coming up, we are majority of the ones who are being asked, unaleta mtu lini? Where am I supposed to get the time?
Mtu ni hawa watoto
Well,
wenye I'm
I'm
taking
supposed to
care
get the time.
of.
Nitakutolea mtu wapi and I'm taking care of your children.
Well, si
I'm taking care of myself. Do you know what I mean?
At some point, there's a gynecologist. Of course, not a babe. I mean, not a guy.
Not a guy, babe, for
Is
sure.
your gynecologist a guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking about it. Yeah.
So in the next episode,
Yeah,
make sure
that's
you
my
watch our
boy,
next
that's my
episode.
boy.
Yeah,
It's
trust
your homie.
issues.
And
Yeah.
that's my real homie.
Yeah. So like
Is he
sometimes
gay?
he leaves his eyes for Kuchi at home, and then anyway.
Let's not get into
brings
this
his
again,
eyes for
please.
business
No,
to Jobo.
we're not doing this again.
This gynecologist once told me, that's not your family. You have not yet started your own family.
Sindio?
And that comment really hit me hard because I think I hadn't realized just how much responsibility I'd taken that had nothing to do with
you.
Your
me
family.
directly, like me as an individual, right? So like you find yourself, I'm available to everybody's needs and everybody's problems
Except my own.
except my own.
Yeah.
Right. And so mine end up coming like second, third. And so when she made that comment, she made me start looking at myself. And I was like, there's no, and I know so many people who are like me, right? Where you take on so much responsibility because for one reason or the other, maybe your parents are not able to. For example, like your older parents or older siblings will tell you stuff like your aunties. Depending on the family, like I know your mom, she had to take care,
Yeah.
now you pay the school fees for these other kids.
Yeah.
And they used to talk about it like with the badge of honor. It's like, it's the thing to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. And then now you look back and you start to realize that some of these habits, you don't let them go. Right? So even when you think like there are situations where I've had to choose my family,
over yourself.
a relationship.
What?
Right? Why? Because I'm looking like, you don't understand what the fuck I'm dealing with right now.
This is my family.
You need to shut up first and get out of this scenario.
Yeah.
You're
Let me deal with
you're
it.
not my priority. Right? So it becomes like, these people are your priority. This is the role that you play. You know, even if there's an opportunity to say like, I want to go travel to somewhere and stay there, it's like, but who'll take care of these people? Right? So it almost becomes like even when everybody's okay, you're just saving for in emergencies, right? And what ends up happening in such a situation, I remember we were talking about this with Kerry and Anna's story, but when you give people a chance to lean on you, nobody ever just stands up and says, I've had enough. I can now be on my feet.
They'll keep taking.
Nobody ever does that.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily because they're trying to take advantage of you. It's because you haven't set a boundary and said, hey, now you guys are good. Now I need to go do this other thing. And I know so many people. I know marriages that have ended. Why? Because a guy doesn't know how to prioritize his own family. He prioritizes taking care of his mother, his siblings, right? That's what comes first.
Yeah.
Women who are in a marriage, but they're taking care of their siblings, they're taking care of their mother, they're taking care of and prioritizing that over their own family.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's an emergency situation going on.
Right.
It's just that you are available to lean on. So even if I'm talking about like something so light, I just come to you rather than trying to sort it out myself, because I know you'll drop everything and say, what?
Let me come.
Your hairstylist messed your hairstyle.
Let
me come and deal with them. You know, and your head, and that's something she can be able to handle by herself.
Yeah.
But I've given the least example for you to be able to understand. But it comes with black tax. How are you going to say no to your family?
That also now becomes another problem again, especially. But I feel black tax. It could be more of like the guys, but I feel like for females,
did you say black tax is more of a guy thing?
No. It could be more of the guys because, like, financial like responsibility. I'm saying it could be.
It's more of a babe issue.
It is.
Yes, you'll find.
I feel like it's more of.
Let me tell you, in African culture, they say marry a boy, he'll go and expand your family. Marry a girl, she'll take care of the family.
That's literally what they say.
Facts, right?
Okay.
So a girl will go and hustle. Find 5 bob. She will come and bring this 5 bob to everybody.
Yeah.
A boy will find 5 bob. He'll find a wife to take care of with that 5 bob. You understand me? So the anomaly is the one who still has an unhealthy relationship, let's say, with his mom. And so, like, I know somebody who has a very unhealthy relationship with the mom.
Yeah.
Every money he makes, she gets priority, not his wife, not his family.
Yeah.
That would lead to a divorce in my household.
You get,
1,000%.
but you see, you have to understand that this is a mama's boy who has a very weird relationship with his mom.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so as
a
you're going
fucked up
in,
dynamic.
you need to know what you're dealing with.
You'll be competing with the mother.
You can never beat.
Yeah, and you can't beat them.
She'll never. It's the mother to let her son go.
Facts.
Right. And you'll never win that. You'll always be saying, even the way they go to visit. Her job is just to be the mom's house help. The husband is even told to chill. So the wife is the one who she's up and down. The son has arrived in the house. The mom is so happy, like it's her husband. Put your feet on the couch. As in, it's just like, sir. But yeah, her husband died when the boy was in his teens, and he took that role. He was told,
being the man of the house.
And she's never let him go. Right? So that's
Which is
anomaly.
unfortunate.
It's
Yeah.
not a normal situation.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many times it actually happens.
Do
with
they
single
recognize
moms.
that this is not normal?
The guys
know
or the
this?
moms?
I feel like no one ever talks about this.
It's
they
not
know
hurting
these
them.
guys.
It's not. To the two of them, they love each other.
Or then they're fine.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just
the
the
people
people
around
around
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
And guys who are watching, who
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
what
Okay.
the fuck is this?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or especially the woman who comes into his life, because that now instantly becomes, like instant competition, which I think is like fucked up. Because
The mother is the one who approved
What are
this
we
wife.
competing
You know?
for even?
Yeah,
Right?
because-
why? Because she was willing to do all of these
Exactly.
things. If it was anyone else,
She would have cut this nigga
yeah,
off.
she'd have told him, this is not a good wife.
Yeah.
She needs to be able. Oh my God, I don't like this kind of dynamics.
Why don't
honestly.
things like this happen to me? I always
Because
know
you'd
exactly
stand
how
on
I act.
business. You'd stand on business, and that guy would have no choice.
And give it.
I've been single for so long, man. This is getting
Yeah, they'd
boring.
have no choice but to because you have boundaries. That's also another thing. We're not
But
able
also
to.
she's single.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're single.
that.
You're also an only
Can't
child.
pull these
So-
things off if you're single.
I wanna shout.
These boundaries that they
I was
really
in the chora
boundaries.
boundary.
If
Kama kuna mtu anatry
No, but
kuingia.
also you're an only child, so your experience is different. Is it the same if you're an only child but like a girl? Do you have the same pressures that we do as
Do you feel the need
firstborn
to take care of your parents?
syndrome?
No, never. I've never felt the need to. No.
So you don't know how to share. Everything you do is just for yourself.
I do know how to share actually, because I wasn't raised.
Not men. I'm talking about like
That's what I don't know how to share. First of all,
someone else's man. Right? Someone told me they're good at sharing someone else's man.
please.
not theirs.
And in fact, let me just say this here publicly for everyone to hear. If you are with my man, please ignore
Keep
these
him.
girls who are on TikTok saying at him, "T, you're coming to me as a woman, bro. What do you expect? Girl, send me all that proof. Send me receipts. Send me.
Why?
Bro, what do you mean you won't come to me as a woman? You want them to come to me as a woman. Yeah.
Why do
you
you
want
want
to be
all
in
that
a weird
information?
relationship. You want to be in a weird relationship with a man who's lying to you for the rest of your life and you had the option of a girl coming to tell you that, babe, this guy is.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I get it.
But
I get it.
when the love is slapping, have you ever experienced love?
No.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You've not
When the love is slapping, you do like when Atijoy says come to you as a woman. Hey, you'll be like,
No, you
listen
struggled
here,
to even
you
find that
nigga.
man.
Yeah.
That's how I know Anase.
You'll call her a nigga.
I've read too many stories. I've read too many stories, and I've had too many friends who have had ex-boyfriends or have had current boyfriends who are cheating on them, and they were feeding the other girl with like so much nonsense. That girl is crazy. That girl is this way, that way, that way. So they can never even come to you. You find out even you're the other woman actually,
Yeah.
and this man is in a full-on relationship with this girl, and she hates you because she thinks you're crazy and you won't leave her man alone.
Man.
Because that's what he's telling her.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, he's
Girl.
telling her the same thing. So both of you are looking at each other and oh my God, this bitch is crazy.
Second of
So
all,
you don't share your men, but you know how to share everything else. So these pressures, you don't feel them.
No.
The way us, we're out here being type A personalities and like taking care of everyone by except ourselves. Because what I realized is it doesn't have to be only financial, even like emotional. Even like all of these things. Like I saw this thing the other day about this. I can't remember who she was talking to, and she was saying how I think it was also one of those first daughter syndromes. She always felt like she had to do everything, and like after a few sessions with her therapist. The therapist was like, who asked you to do those things? She's like, no one. But if I don't do it, she's like, okay. And he told her, for 1 week, all of those things you do, stop doing them. Imagine they were being done. People started doing their laundry. People started cooking. She no longer had to take up all of that responsibility. So what I'm telling you, if you're like us and you have a first daughter, just stop. Like, they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's your family. Yes, you love them to death. You would take a bullet for them. But some of these things we do, we put these pressures on ourselves. 1 week, she stopped doing all of these things, making sure there's food, making sure laundry is done. She stopped for a whole week. Shit got done.
and I feel like people don't always talk about how bad this can get. I've seen so many stories online and hella TikToks, because that's where I find my shit, of women or doctors even saying that there's a huge correlation between endometriosis, PCOS, and all of those hormonal imbalance illnesses. They're connected to stress.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you'll find firstborn daughters have PCOS and have all these hormonal imbalance issues because they're stressed. And the body of a woman is not supposed to be stressed.
Yeah.
We are not supposed to be stressed. Ours is not to provide or we're meant to nurture and to grow and to be,
No, soft girl.
Yeah, soft girl era.
Yeah, so now when you stress us, your hormones, they're imbalanced because
Yeah.
you don't know, you're not going through the normal physiological processes.
Right.
This is deeper than you think.
Yeah,
And that's what I was saying about mixing the femininity and the masculinity. Because for the longest time, I moved in masculinity, knowing that's what you're supposed to do. If you're strong, independent, hyper independent, I don't need help from anyone.
Which is
so
some
now
nonsense.
switching into like my feminine mode, like my body is fighting me. You know what I mean?
honestly.
It's fighting me. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But it's easier said than done, right? It's easy to say, you're a woman, just be in your soft element,
Yeah.
right? You will be broken. You'll be broke. You'll be broke and you'll be homeless. Okay? It's either that or I'm a liar, right? Pick a struggle. Because if you sit down here and say, me, Akiko ni Charliat and take care of Mangale Umalaya. So there's no balance.
No, but it doesn't mean you stop doing what you're doing.
There's no balance.
No. Okay.
Excuse
Or
me.
if you're
Nature
taking
has said, I should be seated, just be nurturing, right?
Literally, your
And you
body
see,
can
bring the
position.
to nature.
Let me tell you, And nature talks once. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
You won't listen.
Sour. You want to be a nigger? Here's
yeah.
the beard. All of a sudden, you
Be
see
a
them
nigger.
with PCOS, all of a sudden, beard is showing up. It's because your nigger doesn't want to be a nigger. Let's go. You're going to take care of yourself. You keep going like this, a dick will grow. You know, some balls will just show up.
Next.
Right? Testosterone. Women don't get testosterone. Yeah? You're running there, you're running 100 meters, you're like, all of a sudden, you play football, paka una quarter.
What?
Have you seen the Zambian women's team?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right? Don't
Why?
laugh.
Why not? I need to see.
No, they look very
There's no reactions on
masculine.
TikTok.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to Google it right now. I'm not gonna lie.
But
I
no,
was
just
gonna
watch the
Google
TikTok
it.
so you can see the reaction
No, okay,
of the guy.
Fine. I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
So they look like congestina water, right? So look at the Zambian women's team.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the men refuse to play their football.
Because where are they?
But I hate the fact that you're a babe. Testosterone occurs naturally on you, right? And then you know that's how you look.
Testosterone.
Yeah, it's testosterone. Women,
Oh, yeah.
all women have
limited
estrogen and
amounts. And
testosterone,
limited
right?
amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But depending,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not at the. This babe is playing football to get out of poverty. Do you think she
Yeah.
actually went and adjusted her testosterone?
No.
It's naturally
You can
occurring.
exert it. Yeah, you can definitely exert
Like
it.
it's just naturally occurring.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
most testosterone is forming in her body,
Yeah.
and now it makes her perform better.
Yeah.
Then she goes to the nini. They say, beg, because some soft Scandinavian girl can't play in the same team.
Trixie can't
Trixie's
play.
just like,
Oh my god.
you know, you guys, you think this is a joke? You didn't watch the Olympics? There's a
We
babe from
did.
Morocco who was boxing. She is she's from Morocco, I think.
I remember.
An African babe.
that
She
story. Yeah,
is bomb. She is like a bomb boxer. You've worked hard, you've done your shit, bomb clat, right? Then I go to box with you, then all of a sudden she's too tall. She must be
Yeah,
going,
see, there were even allegations that
Apparently
she was
after
trans
that,
or
she
something.
was apparently someone after the elections was the Olympics. Sorry, was actually declared to be a male. Like they were born a male.
The boxer.
After I think
no.
someone
She's
after the
on-
elections and everyone and they'd won or something. Someone was declared for real after. There's a story.
So she ended up being on the cover of Vogue Arabia, right? And talking about her experience. I read that story and I realized, I really, really hate it. I remember in Caster Semenya. Yes, fine, Jesus Christ, she looks like a guy. But how many people do you see on the streets who, we don't
we're
all
not
look
all
alike.
built
Women
equally.
are
Yeah.
like shit. How many? Today I promise you that guy was probably a babe. Right?
But you couldn't figure it
I
out.
promise you,
You know?
he was a babe.
Yeah.
Like Kerry will insist it was a guy. Me, I was
Yeah.
just like, there's no babe who watches just her beard to grow long. You're always trying to like there are stabs, but
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
touching.
yeah, not
you let
growing.
the beard grow. So I could see
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
he had very feminine features, and this is someone's grandfather or father, right? He had whitish hair,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? So he looks very feminine, right? Do you ever see Olympics causing at somebody because they look
They're
a bit
too
too feminine? They have
feminine, no.
or estrogen,
No.
right? They make it look like testosterone gives you an added advantage, right? So,
But doesn't it though?
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
naturally
it's
occurring.
naturally
occurring,
You need
yeah.
to pick that shit up with God.
And
Yeah, man. Shit, I didn't give this broad shoulders to myself.
Yo, as in, these shoulders are making me win. If you had these shoulders, bitch, you'd be saying, look at my titties. Right? The only thing I don't have is titties just to support that shit.
Damn, you wish you were
Come on.
me. You wish you were me.
See, have you ever seen a heavy set built woman? Heavy set.
Yeah.
Like big and fat and tall. Right? How come those ones don't get called out?
Right.
Right? That babe can take you, like she can
Can take you down. She can take down a grown ass man.
right?
You know what I'm
But,
saying?
because she still looks feminine. Looks is the key word. The thing that really gets to people is the perception.
Right.
It's not so much about the added surgery. You're talking about added advantage. They were trying to castigate Kenyans because of sneakers. I'm like, if it's the sneakers you put on, put
Wear
it
them.
on.
Are you serious?
Valisha your sneaker from
Shoes.
When our sneakers fake though.
No, they were saying that.
That's what gives us the added advantage.
Imagine wachakututu pa chini ya basi, no?
Sorry, man.
Lakini
Sorry.
hata fake ni origi. Can't second hand ni origi we bought from
I don't
America.
know mbona una shout.
No, but like they were trying to say there's a time there was a sneaker which had been needed, and then they gave some Kenyan runners to wear, including even 159. So he was wearing a pair of sneakers. Right?
So now that's what's making us marathon runners.
So they say that you go for a marathon and then they start saying, yeah, but they were wearing that technical sneaker. It's like, go get the
actual sneaker, bro.
Right? So for example, testosterone is naturally occurring to me, and you have a problem with it. Si kila mtu aweke testosterone basi.
What is your testosterone for real? That makes so much sense.
Fungue hiyo nini tuanze kukimbia. Let's start running. Stop complaining. And then they complain after they've lost.
You know,
because like that boxing, that babe was giving. I'm sure she was walking to the pictures like this. She was giving one. She was like, no, it's a guy.
Cut the show.
And she started crying.
Cut the show.
That's crazy, bro.
That babe actually cried.
She cried. She was like, that's a guy. It's a nigga. No, imagine she's not a nigga. It's a babe.
Yeah, it's how you train your body.
You're done.
No, basically, it's how you train your body. Because if there is one actress I really respect, it's Jennifer Garner. The last Jennifer Ben was with. That babe will train
the other Jennifer.
the other Jennifer. Okay,
damn,
too many Jennifers. That babe will actually train her body according to the role that she's playing. You'll see her body being super feminine. And then when I saw her in that the boxing one, I was like, when did this happen? You know, like how she trained her body, she was able to turn herself into like a more masculine looking woman. But if you see her on the red carpet, she's so feminine. So it's all about how you train your body. You can exert your testosterone to a certain level to help you, but that takes like a lot. That's why athletes are on a different level. I feel like they are mutants.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how they're able to do that to their bodies. And I don't get it.
See, if it's happening naturally, like if I can be like over here and then all of a sudden, like every time I run, like what do you call it? Like
a marathon.
No, like when you get excited, what's that? Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like what if every time I run, I get more adrenaline? Right? So it makes me run even faster.
Yeah.
I can say that's another advantage.
Imagine.
And you know, I have
endorphins.
Naturally occurring, I have like high levels of endorphins, like high levels, right? So as in naturally. So when I take coffee, sometimes it can be a hit or miss. I could go, right? So I could go much higher than, I don't know what has produced.
What do you mean you
for
go?
me.
You do go.
Yeah.
We don't give her caffeine.
It can be the worst. It can be the craziest.
Do you have
radio show you've
ADHD?
had.
Give her.
Do you have ADHD?
Yes, she
Don't
does.
give me labels. What you talking about, right? So
Shit. If the shoe fits,
Why are you
Cinderella.
asking difficult questions?
So this is how the Olympics should just be asking questions. You have a vagina?
Yeah.
You have a vagina? You have a vagina?
Are you born with it?
Yeah.
This way.
You are born with
You are born with it?
Come like this. No. We don't have a problem with the one if you bought it.
Yeah.
But you
We
come
just
to
need to
this
know.
race.
We
Come
need
to
to
this
know.
one. Come to this one.
why don't they actually have trans Olympics?
That is also a topic
Because-
that we probably should not
that should
dive
be
into
that should be an unique.
in this
Here we are
episode.
trying to make babes ingia the
more
men's
soft
race.
era. Yeah. No,
Right.
we're trying to, because what I'm getting from this is the best way to cure my PCOS is just
Soft.
to be a girl. Okay, I just need to be taken care of, guys.
Yo, me.
So if you want to help me heal, okay, because I've been
Be
doing
gentle
this,
with Joyce, please.
honestly.
Wana kunini?
But I'm still in my
No,
red
it's
flag
'cause
era.
also you have to be with your guard up. You
Yeah.
know, if it is your first rodeo or maybe your second,
Yeah.
your guard will be down. It's like labda Jonte alikuwa like akona off day. Wacha niangalie Kevo. Right? After you've gone through Jonte, Kevo, and the other Brayo, you'll be like, look, my guard
Is
is an awesome guard. No, my guard is so high. It's like the China wall, right? You have to first scale it successfully without being cut with the razors, right?
yeah.
Make it inside.
Yeah.
And then start removing the bricks
Fucking
one by
foot
one
locks, you
yourself.
know what I mean?
Not ati put your si uchungulia hapa nikushow and then you fuck up. No, bro. The other day I posted something. I said ati so what kind of guys do you like? So that you can pretend for a bit to be him.
Hey! At you could have bombed me and then you decide you do the switch
Wacha
up.
tukue guard up,
Right?
right?
When you mesema hiyo, it's
And it
like
must
you have
be,
a story.
you see,
TK.
and men say, like the other day men were saying, you know, we just want our women soft. Even those guys from America, right? We just want our women soft, right? And I promise you, like in the core of it, even
Why are they
that
having
Caster
opinions?
Semenya, right? She just wants to cry and be
No,
cuddled
and be held.
gentle. That's just our nature, right? But Sasa,
Jonte.
how can I be gentle? Be my provider, my protector, my defense. On the fence. Is this defense? Are you inside of
Over
defense
the
or
fence.
outside of defense?
You're
Like,
wearing the full armor of God.
my God, and then somebody's still trying to tell me to be singing
soft.
soprano. I'm like, I'm the
You know, there's a TikTok trend for ati we mchukue tu juu sasa soft voice natoa.
Mchague
Just
tu.
take him, 'cause now-
Mchague, bro.
Yeah, you want me there to be like, I want, Akibe.
Bruh.
You want me to take to Akibas Jonte. No, everything will be fine. At the same time, manage my M-Pesa shop.
Man.
At the same time, be the boss over there. Why we could do like you know, see Sean. Okay, you guys, why did you come late?
Why did you not?
Yeah, don't ever crash
Why
out.
did you
As
steal
your-
from me?
Yeah. Okay, imagine. Do you know how much
Akiwoye.
salary you're paid? Don't do that again. Oh yeah. What? You lost our money in the company.
No.
6 billion.
Only.
Jeez.
Do better
Oh,
next
it's like that episode of
time.
Friends where
Right.
Phoebes was the one where it will have went or something. Phoebes is a business person. She's always on calls
Yeah.
and she's always like, "Oh, I'm getting a heart attack. Shooting
soft.
pains up and down my left arm. Oh, okay, call the ambulance."
Yeah,
do you
she's
mean?
being come through all
Yeah.
of that. You know what I mean? Because and there's
It's like niggas want you to. Oh, I saw a tweet that when people think you're overreacting and you haven't even reacted.
bro, they haven't seen the half of it. No, they
You
haven't
haven't
seen the
even-
half of it.
Guys,
You haven't even-
99
Moral of the story is
of the time.
be unhinged. Stress is not good for women. It's not that things to do women who hold in their anger more and what are more
Yeah.
prone to chronic diseases.
Yeah.
Be unhinged.
I thought that's how you
Be-
get Gwembes.
Jakukanyagia story.
I've ever seen a babe who has Gwembes and you know she don't play no sport. I'm just like,
You don't kanyagia story. Oh, and you're supposed to be slow to anger. You're supposed be unhinged.
every time she's like,
kanyagia two stories.
Kanyagia
I feel like as an only child, that's one thing I've never been able to do.
What,
Kanyagia
kanyagia
story.
Kanyagia. I've never been able to.
Because you've had no one to
shit.
fight with, bro. Have you ever fought over a bar of chocolate?
you know, sometimes you have to have an
Also,
argument
all
with
my
your
shit-
sibling. They win this argument, even if you're the one you're
Who's
right
on the wrong.
24/7,
Yeah.
right? They're an idiot, but you have to allow them to. So you win this time.
Next time,
The next time they have to win. You get so that's a give and take.
there was no agreement.
So you learn that
Ilikuwa
in
tu
business
mangumi.
when you go, right? That this person, they'll do this and then you say, aye, but umedeliver. Okay, sawa, so you learn these negotiation skills.
Yeah. Si ilikuwa tu mangumi.
My problems were all solved.
I never fought with my
Bro, you know me, I grew up with boys.
tried to beat me.
You know me, I grew up with boys. Now I was fighting.
Fighting is crazy.
Fighting. Mangumi. I'm
Yeah.
not
What
do you mean?
joking.
Yeah,
My
short
mom
people,
used to
short
come.
people have
Yeah,
anger issues.
shut
Oh.
up.
You know me, I don't fight. Like I don't fight. Like I'm not a artista to
Even
shake
though I'm
hand
not
on
a
her.
Why are you being
fighter.
heightist?
No, because it's just the truth. Like there are things which are just beneath us.
Literally.
Sorry.
Hey.
That just you to a convergence. I wasn't planning to
Double
say that.
entendre.
But here's the thing, right? My sis tried to
Because I grew up with like masculine energy is what I'm trying to tell you. I was fighting.
I grew up with masculine energy, but no, actually, I grew up with very feminine energy.
Yeah,
around
I
me,
grew up around a lot of guys. It was either you keep up or you have no one to play with.
My sister tried to beat me. So as you know in Kisii, like I can't like see your elder sister is like your parent.
Yeah, your
you
third
cannot,
parent. Yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot Sati now say what the fuck. Yeah. So she's there on some bullshit. She wants to make me do stuff. We're in shags, and then I just remember she went and chukwada like a plank, like a wooden plank.
Oh my god.
And she was gonna, and you know my sister has anger issues, right? Yeah, she's a
She's
stereotypical Kisii.
Through and through.
Shame on you, Wendy. Right? She got that nini and she's chasing me and I can see like you know when a bull
It's locked in.
bruh, I
Target
keep
acquired.
and I'm not like running is not my thing, guys. I promise you if I could run even kidogo I'd be in the Olympics.
With your long
You
limbs.
you look so
Why are you
athletic.
wasting your long
I
limbs?
just know how to run on the streets. I run the streets, right? But and I run my marathon, right? But and I run things. But ati no, I can't. Yo, this chile kimbi shot me, I almost fell inside a well.
No.
Right? But I would
Guy.
have stood straight.
That
I
would have been the end
went
of
down.
summer. Because you're
Ati mtoto ameanguka kwa kisima. Mwambie atoke.
If your sister has told us you, because
No.
the other one
Kirikou shit.
isn't. You're just,
They're
you're
the same height.
anomaly.
They're the same height.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you remember how Kirikou did everything for himself? You don't know Kirikou?
My guy, you know we didn't watch the same cartoons as you.
Damn,
Yeah.
but everyone watched
When
Kirikou.
Chensi.
Kirikou ni cartoon ya
Yeah,
Kiambu.
Tanzania.
Oh.
Okay, that one I don't know.
Every other person
You guys were
knows.
watching cartoons from Tanzania?
No, this one cartoon
were
is
You
You
a
guys
big
Big
weren't
deal.
watching like Dora
Us
the
were
Explorer
like
or something?
Saber
Oh, okay.
Riders.
But
Yeah,
like,
me also do it.
Kirikou is a special
Pingu.
show that
Did you
most
watch
people
Pingu?
watch. No.
What is
Pingu was this penguin.
Was it about a bird?
It was a penguin.
Yeah, but like, was it a cartoon or like
Yes.
on TV?
Did
It
they
was a
used to
cartoon.
not talk?
Yes.
There were no words?
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Pingu
watch
would
it.
iron his clothes. That shit was the best.
Yeah,
It was
it
based
was.
off of plasticine. Yeah, there were plasticine cartoons.
Oh,
Pingu is coming back in 2025.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
okay,
a Pingu movie is
Now
coming.
remembered,
Wow.
now remembered.
Yeah. That's
So
gonna be
no
exciting.
words? That's crazy.
Mr.
Nice.
Bean
No,
had
he
a
didn't
whole
have-
show.
yeah.
He never said a fucking
Do you know
thing.
Did you
First of all, we
see
used
how
to
he
watch-
picked his Oscar because of that shit? He
What
was
do you mean?
livid. He won an Oscar for Mr. Bean, and they called him Mr. Bean on stage. He was
Or instead
not
of
having
his
it.
name.
Yeah,
Oh, Rowan
I-
Atkinson.
Ron Atkins. He
I
went and
couldn't
took his
remember.
name. He just walked. People are clapping. Then he went. I'm like, yeah, that's some real king shit.
But
like
you know,
that.
maybe he was acting. You know that
Oh,
guy.
Mr. Bean, I didn't know you were
Standing
into
on
this kind of
business.
shit. I was not familiar
Are you
with
okay?
your
Do
game.
you need help? Are you okay?
Did you see Mr.
I'm
Bean and
single. I think I'm allowed to do anything.
did you see Mr. Bean and Kabi? Kabi did a skit with Mr. Bean. Well,
Kabi. Oh, wow. How
Yeah.
nice. I'm
but
gonna
they
look
didn't
for that.
act together.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
I saw,
took
like, side by side.
It was. I think Ron
Apparently,
Atkinson
he's
should act with him.
Kami.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
that
nice.
would be
Some
funny,
nice
yeah.
old school, new school.
So anyway, what have we learned in this episode? One, that a single child home is the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't argue with your
Let me
siblings.
start.
Or having one child.
Comma.
Oh, yeah.
If you're an only sibling. Bro, let me tell you, I used to say that I wanted to be an only child.
Yeah.
Fuck that. For real.
I
You
don't
know,
think I ever said that.
who are you gonna play with?
Right?
Like listen, when your mom has told you now come into the house, you can still play with your kid. Like
Yeah,
we're all the
Yeah.
confused in the
Keep each other
house.
company
Right?
over there.
Like I'm here. Okay.
That
Number
makes
two,
sense.
You know,
But
we're
at
in an
what
African
cost?
society, right? As soon as you can walk and talk, you're already a servant. Can be sent for something, right? How
You need someone to
How
be-
you graduate from the shit?
You
who,
never.
Who are you gonna hand the baton
You
to?
don't actually.
You gotta
you
hand this
always being
shit to
sent
your
for
small
things?
sister.
Oh.
Only siblings are not sent around.
You know the thing with having an only child is like you right now. If I personally had a baby right now,
Yeah.
and I choose that I'll only have one child. Of course, right now I'm not in my peak. This is not self-actualization. I've
Yeah.
not actualized anything. But as I grow, we're growing with this kid. My money is also long because like I only have one
The
child.
one.
And if you're married, you have a husband, both
To
of
add
your
to the one
attention. Yeah.
child.
So you see how my problems could be very secondary because the primary has been catered for because it's one child.
Yeah.
All your
Who
attention.
will you gossip the parents with?
You don't. That's the thing.
Like, how will you sit there and say,
You want to gossip your parents at
Yeah.
what cost? Look
No.
at you complaining. This is 29 years after the fact.
listen. You're sitting there in the room, right? You know, like the way when your parent has shouted at you, or done something, and you're just and you're shouting in the room, right? That's when you only do to yourself.
Also, those
but
are
if you're
parents-
your sibling,
You know,
you're like
parents.
first and foremost, right?
Me, I'm
You're
running
talking
away.
shit.
Yeah.
First of
But
all,
you know, you can tell them.
why wouldn't I
Never.
be pissed as a parent when I'm older and you're so many here annoying the shit out of me?
Oh my god.
Why do you think your parents are like that? My parents are chilling. I don't stress them. How am I stressing them?
So you don't stress your parents.
They're not
at
stressed.
all.
So now why would I
See,
want to gossip them?
I
when
have
I'm
another
not
one.
even cost
I have another one. I have another one.
Have conflict with them.
I have another one.
You are speaking
right?
from a point
See,
of privilege, madam.
Parents.
I am.
Let me tell you why
I
parents.
am. And
why
I'm
parents
showing
have
you the
to.
privilege.
Let me show you how your privilege can be messed up, right? You leave the house. Your parents are in heart attack mode. You see, when you're many, right? Your parent can be, if we lose one, at least we have the
That's
we have the others.
That's
right?
true.
They won't allow you to leave. You can't. We're coming
That's
with
facts.
you. We're coming with you. Where are you going? Where are you going? Here your parent is like, no, you can't go, the two of you. You one stay. Which one?
Who are we risking
Right?
today?
No, but who do you vote for? I vote when the tribe has spoken.
go
And
for
that
Tribe
guy.
and it's just the two parents.
That's what the culture feeling.
The tribe has spoken.
You have been eliminated.
You can go.
for today.
Where Nanga?
You
Tomorrow
can
it will be someone
Keep
else.
be safe. Be safe. Be safe. You cannot have number 1 and number 2. Number 2 stay, 1 go.
Yeah, that's true.
You
It's a
did not
point of obviously
just call your
anxiety.
siblings spares.
Parents in the back of their mind. Number
Low-key.
3, right? Another point, right? Handling your parents' affection is too much work, man. You gotta split it amongst you. Meaning, you don't want to see the apple of my eye, the affection of everything. Sometimes you want to fail.
Are
You
you
have
speaking-
a sister there who can perform. You understand?
Oh no,
So you
so
just
much
need-
love. Oh no.
You
Oh,
just
no,
need-
they love me
when
so
they
much.
me.
guests come, right? Or your mom is going somewhere. She's like, come, we have to go to Akina Nani's. You all you have
Because
to do
you're
is
the
just
only-
misbehave. And your mom will leave you back and she'll go with the
Someone
good
else.
ones. You understand? But if you're the only one,
All of that is
today
on
you are bad, but you have to act good because mom wants you to act good as you're going to your
Yeah.
auntie's house, right? You have to lie about grades that you didn't get, right? Your mom is having PTSD
Hata
because she
hakuna
didn't
mwingine.
know about
Eh.
grades.
They
right?
can't. That's actually the worst part. In fact, don't be an only child.
Why?
Because your
If you're
grades
born alone, refuse that shit. Because if your
Use that
parents,
shit, what are you
Go
gonna
back
do?
and come back
I
with
had my
somebody.
mom and my dad on my case about my grades all the time. Like I can never get away with anything. They
'Cause you're the
know.
only child.
Have you done English homework? Have you done math? What did she say?
Yeah,
They
you don't
know
even have anyone to
everything.
tag team with that
Yeah.
you bamboozle them.
You tell your
Nobody.
younger sibling,
Aye.
so now,
Me
today,
this time.
And what
are the
consequences?
You know what I mean?
What are the consequences of that? You become responsible. You pass your exams.
no, but
Wow.
you see here, as we know
Under
teamwork,
what pressure?
We
And
know
you feeling
teamwork.
a lot of pressure.
Babe, I'd rather have this kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Teamwork.
know the pressures that you guys have been talking about?
Yeah, but like we have someone to tag team
Si shule
with.
huisha.
See, we have someone to tag team life with. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay,
Also,
life
I have the
is-
best.
Yeah,
I
one
have
of you
different.
can like bamboozle while the other one is fucking up. You know what I mean? Okay, what?
Tipomi.
Yeah.
Sab.
See, in the future, when your parents are old, right? You can tag team with your siblings about who's taking care of them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you don't say Atina says,
Yeah.
okay?
There'll
As
be a
in that one
roster.
of just, at least now you have an sibling like, yo, today you're the one who's dealing with that.
Yeah, there's
right?
a timetable and everything.
Yeah, okay, that's a good thing because 100%. I also have separation anxiety from my parents.
See?
Like, I love them. I'm 100% gonna take care of them. They're older.
That is so
Like,
cute.
I am in such a nice relationship with my parents. We're friends in a way that I feel like I want better for myself, just for them to feel nice.
That must be nice because now, for those of us with first daughter syndrome, I felt the opposite. I could not wait to live my own life. Like for the longest time, I was living for everyone
Everybody.
but myself.
Yeah.
I could not wait. Okay, now that I know adulting is a scam, I should have enjoyed being a child more.
Honestly.
But I could not wait to get out of that house.
But you know what I
could
find-
not wait.
You know what I find also exciting? I do have a really great relationship with my folks, with my whole family, but my folks most especially. We talk every day. I feel like when they moved from Nairobi, I had a really tough time. I think I moaned that shit for like 3 years.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Even till today, like I still want to see my mom, but then I have to get on a fucking
Yeah.
flight, right, to go see her.
True.
But yeah, that's what happens when you come from this other side.
The
when you're not
western
from
side
central,
of.
right?
I was
Basically.
actually thinking that I don't think I can marry a man whose town doesn't have an airstrip. I hate road trips. Nah, we're not doing that.
You see the
back and forth.
entitlement of only children.
I'm also single, and I
If
am
you're an only child.
the fish in the ocean, too many.
Eh.
I'm always the point of being
Entitlement.
single.
Yeah.
Hey,
So like I miss the
Cast
fact that
your net wide.
that bonding aspect, and I also realized today I read a quote and I felt like it was so resonate to me that generational trauma can go through a family,
Yeah.
but it's not going to go through me. This is where it stops.
it ends
Right?
with you.
When I think about it, like there's so many things which we complain about. Like we say, oh, I can't believe this could be hectic or this could be hard to deal with. But you don't realize how much of an honor it is to be able to deal with some of these things. Because you're able to deal with them and be logical and have options of thinking about like just how much I want to engage with some of these things, right? When I think of like, say, my mom's time, they didn't have an option. My mom had to move to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And as she's found just the job, right? She has to take in some siblings to take. You get what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah.
Right? And so you see, if you think about that logically, she could, if she wasn't dealing with things like that, she could have been able to start her life and start living how she wanted.
Yeah.
But they had to pay those black taxes.
Yeah.
And the generation probably before that. Right? And so those are some of the sacrifices. Like you hear your auntie telling you, I took her to take care of, and then they also have to take care of each other's kids, right? For example, like when my mom had us, like I've stayed in all my auntie's houses, right? To be able to like tag team, right? How much of that is happening right now? The other day I saw someone, I was explaining how I saw a single mom on the road, somewhere in Kite, and she was beating the shit out of this kid.
Jesus
a 3-year-old.
Christ.
And not just beating, she was talking.
Guy.
She was like, you could see she's reached the end of her rope.
Yeah.
Right? But this is a 3-year-old.
Man.
So I'm putting the car on the side. And as I'm putting the car on the side, Andudi hits me. Because I was about to, like, I was furious. I was putting the car on the
what the
side
fuck,
to go
and talk to her
check
and be like, yeah.
Right? Because, like, if you feel like you can fight someone, let's fight at our level. Then when you finish
It's a
that anger,
child, man.
then you can now deal with the child. Because
Yeah.
nobody was even addressing her.
Guy.
But then as we're having that conversation, I thought about this single mom, right? She's probably a single mom, if she is. And she's at the, she's even on her weekend, there's no break.
Yeah.
Right? Because nobody's coming to take care. Nobody's saying, you don't have a sister saying,
a
bring the
full-time
kid
job,
to my house. Right? We don't do that nowadays
Yeah.
to support each other. So you find like it's just you and your island and your child and you know. But we have the privilege of having to end some of these things and giving room for a new situation to unfold.
Right.
So like with my siblings, I always tell them like, guys, this is where after here, you cannot carry that load to your kids, right? You have to work hard now, right? And take care of you,
Fact.
right? All the way till how
Yeah.
you leave this earth. You
Yeah.
cannot say, me, I'll work till I'm 30 and then now Jonte Jr.
Yeah, he will take care of me.
will, football scholarship and now I can relax. If you're lucky, let's relax because I'm waiting for Jonte Jr.'s money for sure. Yeah. But if it's not that, you can't say I went through it, so you're also going to go through it. You gotta end it. You gotta cap it somewhere so that it doesn't keep going on.
True. Yeah,
and this
that's
issue
true.
is in Africa mostly because it's an economic reason.
And like,
it's just
everything-
economics.
Yeah. It's an
Yeah.
economics thing.
Families
Because
are
I have
struggling.
a friend who, she's like, what, maybe 23, 24, but like her mom still expects her to like send money, pay rent for herself. I'm like, she just left high school. She's earning 20K.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
expecting from this girl? And the mom expects it.
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
I'm like, what the fuck?
people think it's only just black people who go through this, right?
Any
Europeans
ethnic,
also go through this.
Yeah.
You see, not all Europeans are London. And let me just tell you this. UK is a third world country if you remove London. Facts.
they have third
For
world
real.
problems.
As in, guys,
I
you're
went
not
to
hearing me.
Birmingham and it was a struggle,
Economically,
bro.
if you remove London,
Yeah.
this country could be fighting there between second and third world.
The outskirts,
Yes.
which is majority of
So
England.
London is
yeah.
what's,
Yeah.
But then now go to other European countries
Yeah.
that are, like
and the
if-
outskirts of it, especially.
if you go to like say California, we always, when you see California, you see only just the glitz and the glam.
Yeah.
99% of California is rural, right?
Damn.
Kwa mashambani, ranches,
America
nini,
is real.
Yeah, people live. When you go there, you see how people are living their families and how
Yeah.
they're taking care of each other. You're like, but American TV don't show us
Yeah,
this
they
shit.
don't show that,
And
yeah.
that's what we're carrying out here and saying, it's because of black tax. It's not that. It's economics.
Yeah.
Right? No, but who's taught you to leave your family? Right? Can you logically tell me that you can actually be raised with people, live harmoniously with them, love each other? Because everything I've described to you, our family is loving as a motherfucker, right? Then one of you is able to help the rest of the family. What are you going to do?
It's out of love also.
It's love.
Yeah.
It's period. It's just
Yeah.
out of love and duty. Because you feel like we were together in this boat and now, now you're in the plane. Now you're going to
Yeah.
sit in the plane and just chill. No,
Nah.
you help,
Send that
you
shit
get
back
everybody.
down.
And everybody who succeeded says the best way to enjoy success is if everybody in your clique also
Facts.
enjoys success. Then it removes you from having to spend.
Yeah.
But think about, there's a family somewhere in Poland. Guys, Is everybody in Poland rich?
No.
I thought they were, man.
They are not. Polish people are actually like they're considered the poor Europeans. They
So
go to these other European countries to look for a better life.
Exactly. And they're not
Yeah.
rated there.
Yeah.
They're not rated in those
Yeah.
countries. It's like they're coming from a third world country. Right? So these people also have their own tax where they make their money and they have to send all the money back to their grandmother, to their mother, to their right. So it is not, I think, the way I'm about to say another controversial thing.
Oh God.
Our struggles with Black Americans could be a bit different. I have accepted that part. Because I remember there was a time I used to call myself Black and I used to say all these things. But I don't have a similar struggle. And I'm okay to deal with my struggle in my own way and support you in your struggle.
Yeah, because our reality is not the same. Our perspective is not the same. Yeah.
This idea of Black tax came from, like where I got the narrative was from Black America.
Yeah.
But their issues are a bit different.
Yeah.
Right? Here, we're talking about an economics thing. If it's like my mom just living her life and she's just like, she feels entitled to like my money.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
Bitch, she's gotta go.
Yeah.
Bitch, she's gotta go.
Yeah.
I am cutting that bitch off.
That's
right?
true.
But if my mom doesn't have a place to stay and I can build her a house,
Why
you
the
can
fuck
call
not?
it,
Yeah,
you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm building that bitch a house. Right? And that's it.
Yeah.
And we're going to do whatever it takes to be able to set the family up. But the way it's been spun around nowadays, it's almost like it's a bad thing to support your family. Like it's a bad thing to give precedence and say, I want these people to get on their feet or I want to be able to help these people with everything that I have.
Right.
Right? It'll be like, why are you even taking yourself in that direction? And I feel if the rest of the world is still doing this shit, why are you trying to change Africa's narrative?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's
Well,
okay.
we almost are the ones who need it the most.
Yeah, even in Australia, unapata mtu anaishi. Okay, Indians. If it's called black tax, what are they living? You never even move out of the house from your brother,
your wife, your sister-in-law,
I
everybody.
was Shri and the whole extended family lived in
Somalis.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Right? Because Somalis say they're not black.
Yeah.
They're not African.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Sorry.
They're not
It's
black.
okay.
Black. They're not black.
Whatever you
right?
say. Whatever
Ethiopians
you
as
say.
well say that they're not black.
Whatever
right?
you say. It's
So
okay.
just see all
You are
these
who you are,
cultures, all these traditions are already doing. They're taking care of their people. But for some strange reason, we managed to coin it black tax. So that Africans can feel like, oh yeah, I should stop taking care. No, bro.
Yeah.
That shit that you see on TV, that shit's not real.
Yeah,
That
our
shit that
reality is not the
Americans
same.
usually throw away their people. That shit's not real.
Yeah.
Those people take care of their people.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to achieve here, first things first, is balance.
Yeah, balance is important.
And also to realize some of these pressures we put on ourselves. No one is even putting it on us. Okay, like I understand for people with where the dynamics, the finances are not like in a good place, and I understand you wanting to take on that role and making sure everything is okay and whatever. You need balance there, but also second, we need to be kinder to ourselves. Those of us with first daughter syndrome, we need to be kinder to ourselves. All this, it's so easy to extend that kindness and to give that kind of thing. Like very early on in like my healing journey, someone told me, you're very good at giving, but even receiving is a problem. Like you can't even
You don't know how to
receive.
take things.
Not even when being asked, even when being given. I'm like, why? No, I don't need that. No, it's fine. Like your thing is to be like, I'm fine. I got it. Everything is okay. Even now where I am, how far I've gotten in my journey, I struggle sometimes with accepting help, even just asking for it.
Asking is the difficult
I
one.
fight it with all my might. But slowly, when you learn how to do these things, like the other day, I had an issue with one of my flights. I think it was like in July or something, and I was gonna go because the fault wasn't mine; it was KLM that was the problem. So because it was a connecting flight between KQ and KLM, so I even called my friend who's a pilot, and he confirmed everything that I'm saying. It's true. It's not my fault. But the one thing he told me, and he didn't even know I was in my healing feminine era. He was like, just no send hapo ukwe mkali. Talk to them nicely, okay? Like don't go in guns blazing. Because one, you want to get home. Two, you don't want to sleep at the airport.
Yeah.
So help them help you. And you know what I told myself? Instead of going in as, hyper independent, I got this, I paid for this ticket, I went in full damsel in distress mode. Like, please help me. I just want to get home. I just want to do this. Do you know I actually got a special visa so that I could leave the airport, sleep outside of the airport and come back. And they put me on the next available flight. They told me I'd have to wait 2 days for the next available flight. That guy, especially I think because I was dealing with a guy, like when a guy sees you in distress, they have no choice but to help you.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I was dealing with a guy, the minute I was like, no, I have to get home. I really don't sleep at the airport. I don't want to do this. He was like, you know what? Hold on 1 minute. Let me check. He had a seat for me the next morning. He even told me, I can see you only have a single visa entry, whatever. Let me type up a letter for you. You can leave. So you can imagine if I had gone there with my hyper independent, like I paid for this trip. It's my money. They should fix it. They should whatever. So sometimes trying out something different can actually help. I did the whole damsel in distress and I had the smoothest transition. I couldn't even believe it.
I also have... I'm also a hyper-independent person because, with home and having parents, they're adults. So your own shit, your own troubles, you have to kind of figure out how you're going to fix that without your parents having to find out.
Yeah.
It's something that you will have told a sister or a brother. You don't have anyone to tell and you actually have to fix it.
Right.
So you end up in a situation where you're hyper independent and you are also having trouble asking for help because you also have guilt for like they've did this for me.
So much,
I can't. How can I do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like there's no winning with this shit.
Yeah, just be kinder to yourself. That's step one. And two, try something different.
I want to go back to what you just said because it's a double-edged sword, and I think balance is the key word.
Yeah,
right?
Balance is the key.
So being a babe already, I want to go back to being a babe. Being a babe is a balance between standing on business and being swept off your feet.
Yeah, facts.
Right? Guys really do complain about how masculine women have become. It's not a physical thing, it's like an emotional thing. Right? Like where she's supposed to be leaning on you, she's like, no, don't worry, I got this, right? And they really zero in on that. But they forget to ask if there's masculinity happening in women. What's
Where is it coming from? Exactly.
No, what's happening in men?
Actually, don't know.
There must be some estrogenic shit going on. Some feminine shit going on. Right? And not in a... You see, for some strange reason, when I said masculine, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
But when I said feminine in men,
it was
that
funny.
shit is funny.
Yeah.
Right? Let me talk about things that are feminine.
Yeah.
Right? So, for example... The obvious one is provision, right? Which I don't want to get into. It's the obvious one, right? But things like working. There are men who think working is masculine. Having a job. That your role is just to be at home and take care of the family and the kids. Right?
Barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen.
That's okay.
That's it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
For me, how I was raised by, like, things like... taking my car to the mech, that's a man's job. Like,
I agree.
I'm literally starting a podcast next year to balance this shit out so you don't have to have a man run these things. Women, we're going to educate ourselves on cars.
How to take care of
and
your
I'm going
car.
to make it funny and exciting. So make sure you watch my new podcast coming next year.
I actually will. Are you joking?
I'm serious.
She's serious.
Okay, because I need the
Right?
shit.
I've been driving for over 15 years.
Yeah, man.
Right? I've owned cars. Never... Like, tell me to go to a mechanic. I'm just
never.
like, fuck that shit. That's not a good use of my time. Like, I stand there, I'm just like, oh, you're sochromizer inafanya kazi.
The what?
Then I have
Even
to
me.
Google sochromizer.
Currently,
How much is it?
I have a broken side mirror right now and I'm not the one going to fix it.
Because it's a guy's job.
I've never been to the garage. I've also
Because-
been driving for 7 years.
Now, if you ask
Zawai.
me, if I'm dating and you don't bother to go and open my bonnet, that's some feminine shit going on.
Honestly, I
Point
agree.
blank period.
Right? But see, I don't know why you keep laughing because when we were talking about the masculine shit, you were serious as a motherfucker.
No, I get what
right?
you mean. No, I get
No,
what
but
you
like
mean.
men are
Because I feel
becoming
like I
also
feel the same
feminine.
way.
Men are also becoming feminine in their ways, right? If you'll be discussing something is happening, okay, let me give you an example, right?
I agree.
No,
so
I'm laughing
deeply.
because it's true. Like, I agree.
Let me give you an
know
example.
what I mean?
So,
Can't be calling you about my car and you're telling me I don't know.
Amoti, you guys in Amoti,
Yeah.
Kaja can stop you, right?
Yeah.
They want to get in the car, right? There's one guy, there's three babes. right?
Yeah.
The kajakas in gear. One in gears the front, one in gears the back. Squeezed there with you guys.
Oh, God.
The guy starts saying, hey, you guys starts negotiating. So of course you as babes, you're quiet because Jonte, watch her negotiate.
Jonte,
Aongelesha
Jonte.
say, unajua because men like talking to men.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he'll just be like, oh, unaniongelesha we madam.
In fact, the minute you start talking, they're like,
Nyamaza.
The guy will tell you, like,
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah.
So the guy starts talking there. He tries, us guys were just going out to nini. The guys are not listening. Ndio kwa sababu leo tunaenda kwa tomba huko kwa forest. Like he's telling them like, these are kajakas, right?
Guy.
So this guy panics. What does he say? He starts negotiating with the guy who's sitting next to him. Checky.
Just let the girl
Moja,
go.
I'll give you one girl, right? Pick one of the girls that you want to rape. I'll give you that one, right? You let the rest of us go. Do you know the guy in the back? One of the kajakas was being told that. See, the other kajaka now is seated in the front with the driver.
Yeah.
He told him, stop the car. They told all the babes, munashukia wapi? They shukisha them at a peti.
Went to the guy.
Went to the guy.
Yeah, because how you trading in a girl? Take him. Why is he suggesting that in the first place?
You
He
understand
should
what
be
I'm saying?
taken.
By the time they found him. Yeah. So me, for example, if you can't change my tire, right? Or we are stuck in traffic somewhere and you tell me, like now I have a puncture and you're like, what, so you call your mechanic? And we're seated in the car together.
Feminine.
Right? And these are, it's not an attack on men and it's not an attack on women. That's not what's happening right now. What's happening is just to showcase that if masculinity is happening somewhere, then some femininity is over happening somewhere and it's a balance. And it's not a fight of, these women have become too masculine. Nigga, you become too feminine. Right? The things my dad used to do, like even at night you're going to sleep, right? The guy has tembered at least to find out, you hear a sound outside.
If they're lions, if
My dad has even a
to go and check.
And hyenas.
You never even handled a weapon.
Even closing the doors, you're leaving me to close the
Bro,
doors
I'm
at
the one
night.
who's going to lock the doors and things. Those things, like if you're going to say that women have taken on roles for men,
Why have we done that?
please also highlight that
Exactly.
men are not doing what they're
their
supposed
part.
to be doing.
Yeah.
And so there is a need for shift. I want to be in my feminine era. And when I watch men, they want to be in their masculine era, right? Some of them.
So let's help each
Not
other.
the ones we started with at the beginning of
Yeah,
the podcast.
yeah.
Those ones are more flamboyant than us, right? Right? Those ones want to be women, and that's okay. It's okay.
That's fine,
to
we
be
allow
in
them.
your skin, but the government won't allow.
Oh, God.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, we are okay with it. It's just the government hasn't caught up. That's all I'm saying. Right? There are things that are masculine that just aren't being done, and there are things that are feminine.
And that's why we had to step into those roles.
And that's what we are doing, stepping into each other's roles.
Yeah.
Do I think we'll go back? I don't think so. I don't think that society is going to move backwards. I think society will curve forward into something new that fits.
Yeah, I think we just both need to embrace our duality because everyone, even men have estrogen, just like we have testosterone. So we just need to embrace our duality and stop seeing each other as the enemy. We can help each other both grow in our masculine and feminine energy.
But Kamau, she's not talking to you.
Yeah, not
you.
you,
You need
Kamau.
to change.
Change your ways.
must change.
Hey, on that note, tuendange kama upole.